Maria, it's so great to see you. Thank you so much for agreeing to spend some time with me and chatting about your wonderful life and what's ahead. Let's go way back and talk a little bit about how did you get into music?
Yeah, sure. Actually goes to my parents. So my parents put me in a program in Colombia called Batuta, similar to Sistema, when I was a baby, like 2 years old.
And what does that mean, Batuta?
Batuta.
Batuta.
Yes, it's like a El Sistema program. I don't really know the meaning.
Okay.
But it's similar as El Sistema. The big difference that in Batuta I had to pay. In here I didn't, which was way better in here because the money,
Oh yeah, it's so unbelievable that families have to pay for education.
Yes.
Period.
Yes.
Right? Like even university, everything. You know, my husband's sister had some friends over, and one was from Denmark. And there they pay for 5 years of university, right? Mm-hmm. They give you so much per month, and it pays for everything. So, but everything else is paid for as well. So we're just a little behind the times here. So your parents had interest in music?
Yes. My dad used to play the guitar, so I guess that's why he wanted me to be like some kind of a musician. My mom too. My mom she has believed that music helps you improve the way that you think, which in my experience I believe is true.
Just talk about that a little bit. What did she say to you?
I mean, she just said that music helps you stimulate certain things that, for example, words or writing can't. In my case, with my experience as a violist, I believe it's true. Actually makes me express like a certain emotion that I can't if I'm, like, for example, talking. It's way different. With music, I get to just be myself.
There's a lot of good research on this. Of course, your mom's absolutely right. It's hard to take it when your parents are right about things, but in this case, she's definitely right.
Yeah.
They say too, when you play music, your whole brain lights up.
Yeah.
Right? Which never happens with anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is a very cool thing. When you were younger, what kind of music did you like?
Pop, reggaeton, classical music, and baroque music were like my top 4.
That's an interesting combo. When I was younger, I was the classical guy, right? And it was like the great divide between pop and classical, right?
Yeah.
But today, I find young people are a lot more I like a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. And so did you have in the house? Did you listen to a lot of music or?
Yes. Because I'm Latina, so there's usually music going around all the time.
And dancing.
I don't really dance. I don't dance. But my parents, they do dance. So, anyways, on the weekends, on the mornings, there used to be lots of music, salsa, and then Latino music especially.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, it's when we're in the northern climates, we stay inside and we don't. Historically, I have this theory, right, that we don't. We are very conservative and we don't show our emotions and we don't dance in the house generally, at least, in my time. I think it's starting to change. But, I know that my time in Europe, closer to the equator, people spend more time outside, right?
Yes.
And there's a lot more late meals and
yes.
celebration of life, right?
Yes.
It's pretty cool. I like it. We got to get that here, right?
Yeah. A little bit, yeah.
A little bit, for sure. How did you get involved with the Sistema program here?
Sistema, it was when I came here 5 years ago. In September, at the beginning when I came, so I wanted to continue with my music classes, but I'm gonna be honest, prices weren't that, like, it wasn't cheap. And then I have 4 siblings, so like the money had to go. Like, so for example, my brothers also played soccer, so they wanted them to be in soccer too. My sister dances ballet, so music for money for that too. And then I guess I was just like, all right, I'm the big sister. I'll just practice alone. I'll just practice with like YouTube videos and practice by myself until I find an academy that it isn't that expensive. Fortunately, I found El Sistema. Well, my parents actually, my mom, I believe, she was the one that did the research. And that's when I did the audition, like in middle of summer of 2017. And then in September, I joined El Sistema.
It's not really an audition.
Well, the
interview, right?
Yeah.
The interview, just to see if people are committed and want to really do it. So how did you pick the viola?
That was when I was 6 years old. I didn't know that the viola existed. I guess not many people know that the viola exists.
I hope there aren't too many viola people watching this.
But I wanted to choose the violin at first because I was 6 and the only instruments that I knew was the violin, a little bit more big violin, and then the biggest violin, which was supposed to be the bass, and the middle violin, the bigger violin, was supposed to be the cello, but I didn't know the names.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I was gonna go for the violin, but in Batuta they didn't have any more spots left for me to play the violin, and they just introduced me to the viola, said that it was very similar. But it was way more cooler.
They said that?
Yes, at first I was like, no, don't think so.
There's a lot of viola jokes, you know that, right?
And anyways, I tried it, and then I just fell in love with the viola.
And what do you like about it? Like, what do you like that's different from the violin?
I guess the violin is, no offense, is a little bit too... small, first of all. They always try to show up with their amazing skills, and then they get to play the first parts like every single time. The violas are a little bit more like more calm, I believe. Like I would say that we're a little bit more calm, and I don't know. I just really like it. It's fun.
So a little bit more calm. Can you just go a little further with that? Like,
yeah, sure.
Like the personality of a viola player.
With the violin, like the violin is a little bit more
showy-offy?
Yes, yeah, but not only that, but for example, the viola has the is a little bit more grave. Is for example, the C string, the violin does not have, and then I get to be more. I don't know. I guess I get to connect more with certain types of music. Doesn't. I don't know. I guess with the violin, I've tried to play the violin before with like some friends. They used to give me the violin. I just don't feel. I don't know. It's just. Don't feel the same way.
Well, it's a higher pitch, right?
Yes.
So
I don't know. I guess the higher pitch annoys me a little bit. It's like a little bit like, and I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, certainly I know, for example, the great composer Chopin loved the cello because it was closer to the pitch of the human voice, and probably the viola has some of those characteristics as well, to be more in the tonal area of the voice of the human.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, so you've been in Sistema, and so what has the experience been like for you?
It's been great. The community is very supportive. And I guess they're always trying to, the teachers especially, they're always trying to be there for you and try to see if you have any errors or something like that so they can help you. And there's a lot of volunteers as well, which is very helpful. I was actually a volunteer here once. Volunteered in the summer of last year, 2021.
That's great.
Yeah.
the kids need all the help, right?
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's hard when you have a whole bunch of kids and they all need individual attention. Yeah.
Yes, and I don't know, I guess it's fun. I didn't used to have many concerts when I was in Colombia. Also like every 5 months. In here is like every 2 months, every 3 months.
Sometimes more, remember?
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Special projects
Yes.
suddenly
That's
come up.
yeah, the special programs that's awesome. Like being able to play, for example, I got to sing with the Canadian Brass.
Mm-hmm.
It was just an experience that I guess I wouldn't have done if I was somewhere else. So, yeah.
Yeah, and do you remember the Junos, for example? Where did we sing for that? We did the hockey game for opening the. Were you part of that or no?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so there's a lot of extra projects for sure. We had that 2-time Grammy winning artist Matt Albert come, and he sang with the kids as well. So, and this next week they'll be singing with the country music star Ty Herndon right from Nashville.
Oh, wow.
So you should come for that. So you are about to finish your
High school.
school,
Yes.
and can you talk a little bit about what you've been studying there?
Yes, so right now, my classes, for example, I'm just taking calculus and vectors, French, and computer sciences. I'm in the IB program as well.
And what is that for people listening?
So it's basically stands for International Bachelor. It's like an extra challenge than the normal academic. I was in the music IB program, which was a lot. Not gonna lie, it was a lot. I had to compose like 3 songs. One of them was a 12-minute song.
Wow.
Yes, yeah, it was a lot. For a grade 12, it was a little bit too much. But I got through it. I actually learned a lot. I had to research about different type of styles, different types of genres of music. It was awesome. And I got to play like solos and got to perform in front of an audience alone. And I mean, the IB program in general is, even though it's a challenge, it actually helps you a lot to improve as a person and you get to have a bigger challenge.
So you're some kids, they don't know what the heck they want to do at your age, and they're not particularly driven either. So how come you had this sightline of wanting to do something to challenge yourself?
I guess it's just, I guess I have this vision of how in life you gotta just challenge yourself to do something better.
But why?
I guess
Where'd it come from?
I don't know if maybe my parents, they come in here taking a big risk in Canada, leaving everything, leaving my family behind, friends and everything they had just for us, just for their children, which is, I believe is amazing. I don't think I'm capable of doing that. I don't think I don't think I'll be able to do that in the future. Move to another country and start
You
from
don't
zero.
know. You're so
young.
young.
True, but like at this point in my life, that's why I couldn't just go to another university. That's why I decided to stay here in Western. Stay close to my family.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they were able to take such a big challenge and then just start from zero, literally from zero, scratch. And I think that's what drove me to be like, hey, they did a big, huge step. They took a huge step to just come in here. I think I have to do that too. I think I'll just challenge myself more, and just challenge myself more, which is why I like volunteering, the IB program, and one of the biggest challenges that I took was choosing music as my major.
So let's talk about that.
Sure.
You're going to be finishing up your international baccalaureate, and then you're going to be going to the Faculty of Music at Western here.
Yeah, that is right.
And so, are you excited?
I am.
Okay, so what are you excited about?
I guess just meeting new people that I get to share the same passion of music. That's what excites me more the most right now. And then I don't know, the teachers.
So you met your teacher, Sharon,
Yes.
Sharon Way.
Yes, she's awesome. She's amazing. I went to one of her concerts. Wow, no words. I don't. Yeah, it's just. It was
Well,
awesome.
she won a Juno, right? Like, you know, she is an amazing artist,
She is.
and one of the most gentle, kind human beings I know. Like, I think you're in really great hands for that, and
Yeah.
she's also a phenomenal violist,
She
right?
is.
Yeah.
She's,
So, so when you go to Western, I mean, do you know some of the things that you're going to have to do there for music?
I talked to one of the students that were just finishing their first year. He goes to London Youth Symphony, and I go there too. And then he said how they had to play a lot. They had to just I don't remember the name of what they were supposed to do, but it was like in front of an audience. And then just, I think it's a recital.
Yes, a recital. So you have to do, if you're doing a performance major, you'll have a recital to do in your third and fourth years. And then, of course, the master classes and, you know, examinations on an annual basis. But you'll be singing in a choir probably. You have to do an ensemble, right? And lots of other courses in music history, music theory. Probably you'll do quite a bit with musicianship skills as well at your training and things like that. So, and are you going to study anything else besides music when you go?
For the moment, I mean, I'll just take some math classes.
Math.
But then after I finish my music program, I'll start my actuarial science career.
Actuarial
Yeah,
science.
actuarial science.
So what is that for people who are listening? Because not everybody knows what that means.
It's basically, short words, basically has to do with the statistics. Lots of math. I love math, so.
So this is, you know, I don't want to kind of color things, but let's say, for example, you start this music degree and suddenly you're one of the best violists and you get lots of opportunities, and then you think, oh my goodness, I think I'd like to be a solo artist. You're still going to do actuarial science, do you think?
I guess I just set my mind to do music and actuarial science. I want to have two majors, and I love math, so I just don't want to throw that away. And I also love music, which is why I didn't want to throw that away. Like at the beginning, as I was saying, taking one of the challenges was doing music as a career, because I guess society sees some music as a dumb thing to do.
Superfluous commodity is what I say, like something you do after you pay the bills. Yeah,
Yes.
It's a big problem here.
Yes.
It really is.
So that's why it was. I was like, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. I was following what society wanted me to believe. And
Now, I could tell you a story. So I have a friend, he lives in Paris, and he's actually quite a famous tenor, and I used to play for him. We toured a lot. And he's Jewish, and his parents made him get a real degree first, so he had to do engineering, right? And then he did a master's in mathematics, and this was to satisfy his father, right?
okay.
But then he dove into music and did a music degree. He became a concert organist and harpsichord player.
Wow.
And then he sang in the choruses of the opera. And then suddenly he started getting solo gigs. And then he became an opera star.
Oh.
And that's what he spent most of his life doing, as an opera star.
Oh, that's amazing.
Isn't that interesting,
Yes, that's-
right? He set out, you think, well, it's going to lead to him being an engineer and doing music on the side, right? It was very unusual, so you just don't know, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my parents has always been supportive of my decisions. They were like, just follow your dreams, and if music is really what you want to do, then we'll be there for you.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it is. So.
Because not every kid has that, right?
Yes,
You know that.
unfortunately not. So I actually have a friend that their parents are like very strict, and she wants to do something, but her parents are like, especially her brother is like, yeah, no, you can't. So you gotta just do this. And then she's like, all right. And she's doing something that she's not passionate about it. And I've been trying to tell her just to follow what she wants, but her brother is a little bit in the middle in that, so a little bit hard.
It's tricky, isn't it? I mean, to find your own voice and you really need that nurturing underneath of it to help you do that.
Yes.
I feel a lot for, especially newcomer families, because they want their kids to be self-sufficient, right? They want them to have a good life, and so they're picking, medicine or engineering or something like that. But today's world, you don't even know if there's going to be a job when you start university for what you're going to study, right? Because everything's changing so fast. So you really have to be entrepreneurial, and you have to know how to teach yourself, right?
That is true.
Ongoing for the rest of your life. Yeah, it's a very interesting world compared to the one I was raised in, which was like, you get a job and you stay in a job. Now, I didn't do that, right? You can tell, right? I became a classical pianist, and then I sold my house and bought Aeolian Hall. So, it was a big change to learn all of that. But most people stay with one thing, right? So I am so excited for you, and I hope that you're going to stay in touch with us.
Yeah.
And come back and visit and tell us all about how it's going, and bring Sharon, of course.
Yeah, my brothers study here too.
Nice.
So I'll be here maybe to volunteer.
That would be so great. Well, it's been wonderful to speak with you today, Maria, and we're so excited for you. And I'll be popping in to visit the faculty and see how you're doing. The new dean, Michael, and I have some plans to do more collaboration.
Oh, that's nice.
So I'm really excited about that. So.
That's awesome.
Anyway, all the best, and until our next conversation, take good care.
Yeah, no, you too.